Turn produced their only touchdown for the Bulldogs. Anderson weaving outside for a pickup of about 5 yards, chased out by Curtis Edwards.
Anderson's showing some shake out there. Now he's got power, but he's also got nice moves. And Mr. Deck, who has run down every long play, just left a part of his equipment on the field. He needs to go back and retrieve his jock because he just got faked out big time. There should have been no gain on that play. Nobody blocked number 36, the corner, Lawrence Deck. But Mike took care of him by himself.
There go 2 tight ends on 2nd and 6. They fake by Croshaw. Right into the waiting arms of Dante Marsh. Still going on the return to the 46-yard line goes Marsh, a 16-yard return. Croshaw may be hurt. Second turnover by the Utes.
There was confusion on the route system here. Receivers running into each other. A very anxious moment for young Kirsten, and she knows a lot about this stuff because she's an assistant trainer. All right, here comes TD. The receivers are running together. A big route mistake and just simply an overthrow. Scott Price was open and TD just overthrew him for the interception.
Croshaw apparently shaken up as he landed. They fake the reverse one way, and it's Smith. Caught for a loss, not buying the fake for a second, Andy Bowers.
A very mixed bag for Andy right there. As a defensive end, his job is to hold his ground and catch that reverse when it comes back around, which he did. But he must do it without grabbing the face mask.
Face mask, 5 yards from the end of the run, replay first down.
Now let's watch the end of this interception thrown by Croshaw. Landed awkwardly on that right forearm or wrist. And as a result, as they're checking on TD Croshaw, Darnell Arsenault, who's been the starting quarterback most of the year until he suffered a concussion against Wyoming, he's getting loose. Bullock drilling Rodney Wright. Inside the 40. Where they'll still need about 3 for the first down. Arsenault, Bill, has worked this week, but not just at quarterback. They're so down at the wideout spots that they're figured if they get him in, it may well be as a receiver, not as a quarterback. They have to rethink this now.
Yeah, they got to rethink it because of the injury, but this guy's a competitor first and foremost, and I'll guarantee you, he didn't want to see his buddy get hurt, but he's happy to be going in the game if in fact he does.
On the 2nd and 3, it's Gaines. Somebody ran out of the shoe. I think it was Paris. Gaines does gain the first down to the 34-yard line. Andre Dyson.
Arsenault got the concussion late in the year. TD Croshaw came into the game and won 3 out of 4 starts, including the big win at BYU. Here are their numbers. The record as a starter, 5-2 for Arsenault. Completed about half his passes, 1,300 yards.
Eric Ward in as the setback. Bullock the fake to Ward, and the deep ball is too deep, overthrown, intended for Charles Smith.
Now, Dave, that was a very calculated thing by Billy Volek. He has a high completion percentage, but when he throws the ball deep, he never throws it so the defender has a chance to catch it. Either his guy's going to catch it or he's going to throw it over everybody. Somebody has coached that young man well, and I suspect, since he's a coach's kid, his pop had something to do with it from the time he took his first snap.
That would be Dad John, who is the head coach at Sacramento State. John Bullock bringing up one of the most efficient quarterbacks ever to play college football. Toughest to intercept ever. And has kept it away from the U defenders so far. Swing pass out to right. Try and get him in space so he can make a one-on-one move, but he's driven down by Tennille Etheridge, and let's check down below with Dave Ryan.
All right, Dave, checking in with T.D. Crowshaw's injury situation. The throwing shoulder, his right shoulder, slightly jammed on that last tackle play. He's going to try to loosen up on the Utah sideline. The trainers say they hope he can come back in. They're optimistic right now, but it is pretty sore and tender for T.D. Croshaw.
Now, surprising as this may sound, sometime when you get nicked like that, the pain itself revives you and gets you sharp again. He may come back in this game and play better still than he has.
Roll it, no pressure on 3rd and 8, and incomplete. Etheridge slicing over there in front of Charles Smith just as the ball arrived. May have had a finger on it.
Getting back to T.D. Croshaw and his injury situation, it's a funny thing about the human body and the human mind. When you get a sudden jolt of pain like that, if you've been a little lethargic or fatigued, adrenaline and all kinds of other stuff starts spewing through your system, and suddenly you're alert and you're ready to go. So you have to hope, if you're a Utah fan, that that's what happens with T.D.
This is a 48-yard try by Jeff Hanna, his longest this year, just 37, and this one is no good, wide left. So we remain tied, Utah with every conceivable advantage except on the scoreboard.
Log on to dsports.com and take $20 off your purchase of $50 or more. dsports.com. Seize the D.
ESPN2's exclusive presentation of the 1999 EA Sports Las Vegas Bowl is brought to you by Las Vegas. It's anything and everything. How soon can you get here? And by Dodge. Do not follow, do not conform. Be different.
Fresno, California, right smack in the middle of the state, part of the San Joaquin Valley and Fresno State University. T.D. Croshaw, the pads off. They're checking that right shoulder. So as he gets attention on the side, Darnell Arsenault, for the first time in 3 games, will take a snap from center and gives to Anderson. Darnell Arsenault, a concussion against Wyoming, ended his regular season. He missed the last 2 games. 11-2 record, though, as a starter, and much more elusive than T.D. Croshaw. Great scrambler.
He also led them back against Air Force in a big win.
Holding on the offense.
Now, Darnell can't do anything about that holding. You got to keep the hands in. And it's not a good idea when you got a fresh quarterback coming in to make a mistake like that and put him in poor field position. But Darnell simply wanted to play. He told the coaches, put me anywhere. I'll play wide receiver. I'll guarantee you he's happy to be on the field.
He is, because he has had more than just the concussion to deal with. He's had hand injuries, a foot injury, the flu, strep throat, you name it. It's conspired to keep him off the football field this year, but he's out there now in the early moments of the second quarter in a 7-7 game. Junior from Honolulu. Anderson. Back near the original line of scrimmage, we go down to Dave Ryan.
Yeah, Dave and Bill, the injury news just keeps on getting worse, if that's possible for Utah. T.D. Croshaw, the trainers say now it's a strained right shoulder. They've heavily iced and taped the right shoulder. He is out indefinitely. No chance to warm up or loosen that shoulder up at all. The pads are off, and he's out for now.
Well, not the way Mrs. Croshaw hoped this game would unfold. Not a good start to their honeymoon in Vegas. 2nd and 8. Arsenault, a wobbler, but somehow Bendinger comes back and makes the catch at the 36.
Yeah, it was a wobbler because Justin Johnson was just planting his headgear into his throat. He was untouched. Justin had an inside move there, number 95, and he was in that quarterback's face. That when a ball goes up like that, you're very fortunate it's not intercepted, and to think you're going to get a completion, a heck of a break for Utah, one of the few they've gotten today. The protection has not been what it might have been for Utah so far with their veteran O-line.
Another area in which these two teams match strengths. They are the best in their leagues at converting third downs. That's what Arsenault will try to do after a timeout.
It's Viva Las ESPYs as the greatest night in sports hits the Vegas Strip. ESPN brings the world's top athletes and celebrities to the MGM Grand for a star-packed evening of great sports moments and entertainment. The 2000 ESPY Awards, February 14th, 2000, the greatest night in sports. Call Ticketmaster now at 702-474-4000 to join the party.
2 plays for a buck. When I was a kid, a handful of nickels would keep the jukebox playing all night long.
Yeah, you know, you can't get much for a buck these days.
Yeah, but you can get all your long-distance calls for just 99 cents.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
He's right. Just dial 1010-220 and all calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents and just 9 cents a minute after that. No fees, no signing up. Just dial 1010-220.
Get yourself out of here.
How do you let me now? Your attention, please. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Welcome to the new millennium.
For the only other person in the world, a diamond. Show her you'll love her for the next 1,000 years. A diamond is forever. De Beers.
Number 1 Florida State takes on number 2 Virginia Tech for the national championship. The Nokia Sugar Bowl, January 4th.
Breeze lobs it for the end zone. Got him there. Touchdown, Isaac Joe.
Memorable postseason last year, and we start the 1999 postseason today officially with the kickoff game again in Las Vegas. EA Sports Las Vegas Bowl. People in a holiday mood on the Strip and out here on the edge of town. It's 3rd and 5 after the timeout for Arsenault and the Utes. And the pass complete right at the marker for the first down is Donnie Utu. Where they mark him, though, draws a loud groan from the fans over there on that side. I'm not sure if they're going to appreciate the spot or not. It looked like Utu got right where he needed, I thought.
More good news for Utah. That's a very tough throw. The ball going away from Arsenault, and he was right on the money with it, regardless of whether they make the first down or not. It was a nice throw and catch. Good for his confidence and good for him to indicate that his arm strength is what it should be. He hadn't played in a long, long time. Those are not easy throws, and those are risky throws out there in the flat. And an interesting situation here for this Utah coaching staff. Took an awful long time to figure that out. Arsenault trotted over there. He might have done a little lobbying, not to insinuate, Dave, that he had anything to do with the decision.
Of course not. But they got it by the proverbial nose.
Hey, you guys got to get back.
At the 41, the drive continues. And behind Arsenault is the junior Tony Alvarez, who only played in 3 games all year and threw 3 passes. They're going down for the Utes. That is a concern. Anderson, no room around the corner, cut off by Lawrence Depp. Well, as we get into bowl week next week, things to keep in mind. Nebraska, 31 consecutive bowl appearances. Ohio State is not there for the first time since 1988. Colorado and Georgia Tech working on streaks of 5 consecutive bowl wins. Those are the longest active streaks in college football. Favorite time of the year. Football season. A lot of people wish culminated in a playoff, and we've seen how fun that is at the Division II and the Division III level. But there's something to be said about miniature championship games being strung out all over the country like this one here in Las Vegas.
Well, it's wonderful for coaches and players. Players aren't always so happy if the coaches turn it into another spring practice, and sometimes, I don't know, the coaches aren't interested in their players having fun, but it's a chance to improve the young players and really get a lot of fundamental work done. And then when you come to a community like this, it's an awful lot of fun with all the events and things until you get close to game time. Then everybody wants to play.
Arsenault backing out on 3rd and 6 over the middle for Russell. And Arsenault very sharp as he comes in for the injured Croshaw on 11-yard strike to Cliff Russell.
And Frank Battle, number 96, got him a shot in the sternum now, and the protection continues to be an issue, and you got to be pretty courageous to play quarterback for Utah today. But Arsenault is certainly up to the task. Here comes Battle, number 96. Arsenault knows exactly what's going to happen. Releases the ball right on time to precisely the right spot. Good timing route with him and Russell.
Russell, with the injured Steve Smith not available, should be the favorite target today for the Utes. Arsenault showing the scrambling ability now, and he keeps for 4. Whole different dimension than what they get from T.D. Croshaw.
Yeah, he was 5-2 this year, but his overall record is 11-2, Dave, and that is impressive. And this that we're seeing right now is the first time-consuming drive of the game. Keeping that Fresno defense on the field for a while, maybe trying to slow down some of the blitzes and pressure that they love so much.
Maybe they come with a blitz this time. It is picked up, and Bacon sprints right up the gut to the 26-yard line, a gain of 15. Boy, between Anderson and Omar Bacon, that is quite a tandem coming at you.
Number 48, Chiramonte, coming off the corner in that patented blitz of the Fresno State defense. This time it backfires because he's kicked out. He's not able to make the play. You see him coming from the bottom of your screen. Just a little bump on him right there. Good job by Lewis Park. And that's enough to get the big back loose again.
Bacon, senior from Tucson, came out of high school, expected to be somebody's lead back for 4 years. That hasn't worked out, but he is a nice compliment to Anderson. Movement that time by the tight end Scott Price, number 81.
Both these teams, and this is surprising to me.
False start on the offense, 5 yards, replay first down.
Very surprising with the disciplined kinds of coaching staffs that they have, and especially with McBride and Hill being old O-line coaches, as I was. There are a lot of procedure penalties. Very often they jump off sides or move early. That's a surprise, and that's something they'll be working on in the offseason and in the spring. You can count on that.
Do you chalk that up to the month layoff at all?
Well, maybe for the first series or two, but they had the problem during the season, late in the season, watching their tape.
So 1st and 15. Bacon. Bacon with about 4 yards, and then the flag again will come after the late hit. It was Alan Harper and
Michael Richardson.
Michael Richardson getting involved.
But the reason the crowd cheered is because the umpire got knocked down. Now I think that's kind of
That's
cheap.
nice.
No, you don't cheer when the umpire gets hit. Those old guys get beat up all the time. They shouldn't cheer for that.
Ben Young, the umpire, apparently okay. We
Dead
hope.
ball, personal foul on the defense after distance, first down.
Well, Alan Harper is the war daddy for that defense, and he's not going to be pushed around. And I thought Richardson was a little extracurricular in his activity toward the end. But the guy that retaliates, this is what you try to teach your players. Okay, so you take a cheap shot. If you retaliate, who are they going to call? They're going to call you every time. A mistake by Allen. Now they'll have to try to make up for it because the field position now favors Utah in the extreme. Utah's only 94% scoring inside the 20 this year. And Dave, listen to this, 77% touchdowns, 24 out of 31 times down here this year. They've taken it in. That's the best I've seen all year.
Look at that, 16 yards per first down because of a 76-yard run and a 67-yard pass, both of which occurred on first down from their own 1 and their own 2. Marker down at the end of this no-gain run by Anderson.
Now, I told you this was going to be a rock'em sock'em game, but these officials are making a statement to the players right now. You're not going to get out of hand. We're going to flag you.
Holding the offense.
We're not going to tolerate the cheap shots. We're not going to tolerate the holding or the face mask or any of it. That's why the officials are out there. And I'm serious when I say I think it's cheap when the fans cheer when an official gets knocked around. I don't like that.
There have been 9 penalties. 8 of them have been called on the Utes, and that makes it 9 against the Utes out of the total of 10. 9 for 80 yards against Utah. Not helping their cause at all, so they're back up to the 22, where it is 1st and 21. Those look sharp so far on this drive. He'll keep maybe a couple. So Beatty Lockhart, Justin Johnson, Orlando Huff, all in on it. Boy, a guy that is really being missed down there for the Utes, Steve Smith, and he's with Dave Ryan.
All right, Dave, thanks so much. Difficult for you to watch, I'm sure, the injury of the BYU game. You've got an injured vertebrae in your neck and have that halo for another couple weeks or so.
Yeah, just another couple of weeks off for precaution. You know, I went to the doctor before we left, got on a plane Tuesday, so everything's going well. It's just make sure I just got to heal it. And when it comes off, I just got to lift weights, you know, make it stronger.
Steve, you led the nation for much of the year in punt returns. What have you told your fellow receivers and kick returners for this big game today when you're not in there?
I mean, you just got to play. You got to play, pay attention to everything, pay attention to little details that can help you and also can break you. You know, Pat dropped the other one that earlier, had a little, you know, had short hands, and I just told him you have to catch it, make sure you have it before he was going anywhere. And that's all, just little things to help you out.
T.D. Croshaw is injured. He might be out for the game, but Darnell's come in and played pretty well. You know them both so well. Can he do the job for you?
I mean, they both can do it well. You know, if our offensive line, you know, we just have to make sure everything is going. All 11 players are doing good. We got off to a slow start, but no matter who's in there, if they just make sure and they do what they want to do and play hard and just play every snap, we should come out a winner.
Hurry back, Steve.
Thank you.
Guys, back upstairs.
First catch of the year by Michael Richardson. Converted lineman sets up this 3rd down play, and the toss to the back of the end zone. Nobody there in a red jersey. Marcellus Armstrong made a desperation dive for the interception. It'll be 4th and 13. Without Steve Smith, they're giving up 78 receiving yards a game, 2nd best in the conference, 20 yards per catch, 140 all-purpose yards, best punt returner in the conference, 5th best in the country. So Utah will line up a 34-yard field goal by Cletus Truey to try and break the 7 all time. And Burton Shaw, the holder, blocked. 2nd block kick of his first half. Special teams bailing out the Fresno State Bulldogs. And we're still tied at 7.
I've been the New York Giants public address announcer for 42 years.
Here you are, Mr. Shepard.
Thank you, Mary Johnson. But I've never seen anything like this NFL.com. Team reports, chat sessions, and best of all, oh, excuse me for a moment. Carried by Barber. First down, Giants. Real-time, play-by-play. Ah, technology.
Hey guys, if you have thinning hair, call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now, and we'll send you our new 40-page hair loss update. It covers the most up-to-date information on hair-growing drugs and methods, as well as Hair Club's most natural-looking, non-surgical hair development to date.
You don't feel any difference in this hair
This hair.
Now that I am a hair club client, I would never go back.
Call 1-800-HAIR-CLUB now and get your free booklet. That's 1-800-HAIR-CLUB.
With the year 2000 approaching, we're trying to make sure the software here at Sports Center is Y2K compliant.
Y2K test in 3, 2, 1.
Oops.
More from the NBA and an NFL trade right after this.
We definitely have a few bugs to work out, but we'll be ready.
Follow me! Follow me to freedom!
We are still 7-7. The Utah Utes have moved the ball at will, but they've had 2 blocked field goals by Terrence Brown of Fresno State, and here's the most recent.
And here's the reason. We have a line of scrimmage right here. Terrence should have to jump from somewhere in this region, but he doesn't do that. Look where he leaves his feet. He is well into the line of scrimmage, and that's the work of the big guys who knock them back. Yes, Terrence has 2 blocks, and he has a good vertical jump, but more importantly, the big guys up front are knocking the offensive line of Utah so far back that he leaves his feet at the line of scrimmage. Should never happen.
Volek going to work, and nice open field movement by Rodney Wright. Exactly what that play is designed to do. Get him out there, make a one-on-one move, and get 18 yards out of it. They're now taping the right ankle of Darnell Arsenault, who's in there because T.D. Croshaw sustained a shoulder injury. And they will reevaluate T.D. at the half. They have not yet ruled him out for the second half. Just in case, though, if you're Tony Alvarez, you gotta think about getting loose, don't you?
Well, I think so.
He played 3 times all year. Paris Gaines just bounces right off the headlong collision from Patrick Dyson. Strange game for Utah. They have outgained Fresno State, Bill, 325 to 66. They're on about a 750 total yard pace, and they're tied with 2 block kicks, not only costing them points, but the first block turning into the Fresno State touchdown. Leighton Williams returning it 87 yards. Now their offense trying to get something going of a sustained drive, and that has not happened yet. This completion over the middle is going to be close to the first down for Vince Brandstetter, wrapped up by Olivao, the strong side backer.
So many times, Dave, what happens in a game like this is you come out and you just run up and down the field, but you don't get points because you make mistakes, you throw interceptions, you get kicks blocked. And before you know it, you're behind, and suddenly you're not running up and down the field. It's hard to maintain the mindset and the sharpness when you aren't being rewarded. This defense for Utah has been put under the gun again and again. Now another 3rd and short situation, and they are going to need to come up big again.
Out of 2 tight ends. Gaines very close. I think he will have it by about a foot. Just needed to get somewhere inside the 41-yard line, and he did, and no measurement needed.
And he did it on his own because nobody was blocked. He just turned it up and got his pads down and dove and somehow got the first down. One of the things that the coaching staff at Fresno was really worried about was the strength of the front 4 controlling their offensive line, and that's exactly what's happened so far.
Back to the 3 wide look. Time run it out on Volek, just does get the step. Hole off the left side for Gaines. Inside the 30, a pickup of 11. Let's check in with Brian Kenny on what he has in store for us at the half.
All right, Dave, coming up on the Dodge Halftime Report, we've got the world of football and college football, D3 national championships, also 1AA and the NAIA getting some respect. Of course, the world in college basketball on a Saturday in the NFL. John Makovic will join me then and talk about Kansas City in December. Gentlemen.
It does get busy this time of the year. College football second season beginning today. Basketball full swing. Now Derek Ward. Ward finds the cutback angle to the 6-yard line. First and goal. Derek Ward, 22 yards.
First time all day that we've seen Olivelle blocked well. Chad Eade, number 65, took his lumps earlier, but he does a good job of staying. He's not holding. Right there. Fullback, good job leading right there. Good job by Eade right here. And Ward does what he does so well, which is to hang on to the football and make yards.
Unbelievable vision and ability to cut on a dime. Volek to the end zone and the crowd and incomplete.
Yeah, rare mistake by Billy Volek, who threw it where he should not have thrown it. Sometimes you get to thinking that you're larger than life and you can thread a needle or force something in there. And he is very fortunate that that ball bounced away rather than going into the defender's hand.
It's Brandstetter, the tight end, the intended receiver.
A lot of red shirts coming from both directions, and the reason that was confusing is because Frank had dropped off in the zone blitz. The defensive end, 93, was back there in coverage, and Bullock didn't see it.
They're terrific inside the red zone as well. Ward, a huge pileup right at the line of scrimmage. John Frank, Garrett Smith plugging the middle up well for the Utah defense. Third and goal coming from right out about the 5. Ward, their leading rusher, 824 yards. They say if there's a criticism, he always looks to break a long one, and sometimes he's not willing to settle for what would be a respectable 5, 7, 8-yard gain because he wants it to go 80 every time. That's, if you're looking for faults, that's not the worst fault I've ever heard for a running back. This needs to go 5 here. Third and goal. Ward had to turn back. Terrific penetration by Olivelle.
Kelkai Olivelle may not be playing a glamour position, but by golly, he's turning it into a lot of attention for himself because he's in the backfield all the time, knocking people down. He's got 5 tackles unofficially. Big number 43 with legs like tree trunks, moves them awfully well. Unblocked again, just running slap over blockers. Everybody, anybody gets in his way. Nice play.
Jeff Hanna to try a 32-yarder. The all-whack kicker, and this one is blocked. Kimball Christensen with the recovery of the block kick at the goal line. 3 blocked field goals. 2 turned in by Fresno State. Utah gets one here with 48 seconds in the half.
Okay, I got the ring. Finals MVP. I'm the man now. Who wants some of that? Bring it.
Meet Cyber Jordan and his backboard banging, retina burning Dr. Kaboom Air War Goliaths. NBA Live 2000. Big air, big hair. EA Sports.
Hey, looking great. How'd you do it?
Easy. The Conair Rechargeable Beard and Mustache Trimmer. Moves in close, trims any style with laser precision.
Looking great.
To give or to keep. The Conair Beard and Mustache Trimmer.
For friendly advice and great savings on your DirecTV system, stop by Circuit City today. When you get a DirecTV system and subscribe to Total Choice Programming, you'll get 2 free months of 32 premium movie channels and 25 specialty sports networks, a value of over $100. Plus, get a free self-install kit, a $50 value, or professional installation for only $99 with your DirecTV system. Save on DirecTV today at Circuit City.
Sun setting over Las Vegas, and on our first half, 48 seconds to go. 3 blocked field goals. And the most recent turned in right at the 1-yard line where Kimball Christensen recovers it. Howard Seals blocked it for Utah. Now with 48 seconds to go, you think they take the quickest knee they can while it's not a safety and get out of here tied 7-7.
Taking knees down here is risky business.
What a strange half. Utes have outgained the Bulldogs by a 3-1 margin. And with 325 total yards, only 7 points to show for it.
Yeah, it's been all about blocks, and furthermore, a brilliant play. If you wonder what 4.0 students do on the football field, Kimbo Christensen will show you. Now, this is blocked by Seals. Right there, number 87 blocks it. Here goes the ball. It's touched by Cowtie. Christensen sees that. Had it not been touched, the ball would have just rolled free. Christensen alertly falls on the ball because once it's touched, after it crosses the line of scrimmage, it is a live ball. And had a white shirt fallen on it down there, it would have been a touchdown or very close to a touchdown. So a brilliant play by Kimbo Christensen.
So the end of the half, and Pat Hill's got to feel like he has been dominated in every way but the scoreboard. 7-7 in the Las Vegas Bowl at halftime.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Brian Kenny, John Makovic here, Dodge Halftime Report. I can't believe it's a 7-7 game. I mean, bodies are flying. We've seen so many great runs, and yet only 7-7. The two teams from the formerly in the same conference, really going after each other.
Yeah, they go after each other. Who would think they're going to block all of these kicks and everything? Utah shows a real good reason why a lot of teams want two quality quarterbacks. Darnell Arsenault was injured. They had T.D. Croshaw. Now, T.D. Croshaw got hurt. Darnell Arsenault can come back in. So there's a good argument for a lot of teams that's saying, hey, we need two quality quarterbacks ready to play.
All right, we're going to see one of the best runs we have seen all year. Any level, 1AA, D3, 1A. This is the Dodge Halftime Report. We're going to see that run soon. The 1AA National Championship game. Well, we're talking about this type of running, and we'll also have the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl. That and much, much more coming up. We'll be back.
Howie, think fast.
A piggy bank? Cellular phone? Are you trying to tell me something?
Yes, you can buy me this for what's in this. Let me.
You broke the bank.
A penny is hardly breaking the bank.
Buy an Ericsson, Motorola, or Samsung phone, some for only a penny, and get a free $50 check for airtime to help keep your family in touch. Only at Radio Shack, right around the corner.
Get in, get out, get what you want.
My father started the Mettmann Manufacturing Company in 1942. Since then, the Mettmann name has become synonymous with ill-conceived products that carry the risk of serious physical injury. But we have made a little progress. We just signed up for this great service called Stamps.com. It lets you print your postage straight from your printer, and it's actually legal. It really comes in handy for all our recall notices. Get well cards and flowers.
This halftime report is brought to you by Dodge. Do not follow, do not conform, be different.
And welcome back here. Now we're going to get you up to date on the world of college football. More than just 1A. There's also 1AA. We start there. Georgia Southern, a team going into this one that played very tough against a team that's going to the Oahu Bowl. That's Oregon State. Lost to that team 48-41. This time against Youngstown State. Head-to-head, a team with an awful lot of speed. The Eagles take it on Youngstown State, and tremendous speed and the best 1AA running back in the nation. That is Adrian Peterson. Look at this run. Bam, into one guy, pulling another guy away. And he's not done yet. This is the move of the year here. No, get out of the way. Down you go.
That's right. More. Hit him again.
Unbelievable running from the Peyton Award winner. As a sophomore, Adrian Peterson. Peterson again. And you know, they just don't have enough guys to bring him down. Here he goes. Unreal. Adrian Peterson, 247 yards rushing for Georgia Southern. Anthony Williams, meantime, for Georgia Southern, takes the punt, zone 28, breaks loose. So much speed, Coach.
Oh, Georgia State. Georgia Southern, showed everything today. They came into this game averaging 7 yards a carry, Brian. They finished today over 10 yards a carry, and also no turnovers after having 7 in last year's championship game.
59-24 is the final, and Georgia Southern gets this one. Very impressive, and we're wondering if Georgia Southern gets back. They lost at one point, came to Appalachian State, and the other game to Oregon State, and that's it. These guys can play up at that high level of play with the big boys as well.
Well, I think it was redemption for them from last year. As I said, they had 7 turnovers. They blew a great chance to be national champions last year. Youngstown State is no stranger to this. Remember, Youngstown State won 4 national championships in the 90s. Georgia Southern 4 in the 80s. So these two teams and programs are used to being there.
That's the biggest blowout in this game's history. Meantime, over in Division III, the Amos Alonzo Stagg Bowl, you've got Rowan versus Pacific Lutheran. Rowan, of course, the team that knocked off Mount Union. Mount Union had the longest winning streak in the history of college football. Pacific Lutheran, though, pretty tough as well. Pick this one up. Pacific Lutheran coming out of NAIA football. Only been in D3 for 2 years. That's Casey Keller. And Rowan looking to get his first D3 championship. Chad Johnson, though, to Todd McDevitt. Johnson 18 for 28, 276 yards in the air. Pacific Lutheran up 7-0. Then tied up 7-7. More from Pacific Lutheran. Johnson again, this time to Anthony Hicks.
Well, Anthony, great downfield blocking. They did this all day. They just moved the ball all different ways. Hicks taken down on the 1 yard late. They punched it in anyway for a 14-7 lead.
Hicks with 151 all-purpose yards. And Lent going here. Kevin Lent going up and over the top. And man, the Frosty Westering getting the Gatorade bat there.
Good thing it wasn't any colder, or he would be frosty.
42-13 Pacific Lutheran with the win over Rowan. Again, Pacific Lutheran with the first Division III championship. They had won 3 NAIA titles. And again, with all his wins, for Frosty Westering gets one in D3. It's a redemption now for this team. And also, it was sending a message to D3, the guys coming out of NAIA, playing some football and dominating this game.
Absolutely. Another 2 teams that are very familiar with championship play. Pacific Lutheran had won 3 NAIA championships, only 2 years in Division III. They're already in the championship game of 1. Rowan, this was their 5th time. They're 0 for 5 in the game. Chad Johnson was the difference here. Pacific Lutheran had a beautiful attack. Play action, moving the ball, screens, some of the things we saw right there on tape. He was the difference in the game for Pacific Lutheran, and they could not get to him. He had great protection in this game.
You mentioned with Rowan as well being 0 for 5, and it was difficult because they get by Mount Union. Finally, nobody had beaten them in a long time, and now they run up against a team that was just an awful lot better. Speaking of the NAIA, respect for the NAIA now, and the champion of the NAIA this year, Northwest Oklahoma State, scoring 34 unanswered points and beating Georgetown of Kentucky 34-26. Northwest Oklahoma State's first NAIA championship. The Heritage Bowl also today, first quarter. Pick it up, it's Hampton and Southern University. Terrence Levy stepping back, putting this up, picked off. Vincent Lewis with 3 interceptions in this game, second quarter. Same drive for the Pirates here, halfback option pass. Roy Johnson to Montreal Coley. Into A.J. Weidman. He's got a touchdown. 7-0 Hampton with the lead. Third quarter, 10-3 Pirates. Jaguar ball now. Corey Kasem, tip pass. Watch this in the air, and he brought it back in.
Oh, one-hander.
5 interceptions for Levy in this game. Same drive for the Pirates. Johnson to Weidman again in the air, and he's got this, and he's going in. Hampton takes this one 24-3. Southern had beaten Hampton 21-6 earlier in the season. Hampton defense causing 6 turnovers and holding Southern to 186 total yards.
Terrence Levy was the big hero just a week or 2 ago. He didn't look so good today.
Dodge halftime report. We've got the NFL on the way. Chiefs and Steelers. Much more. We go to some hoop as well. Back with that and more after this.
For Dodge Dakota, success comes about as naturally as wearing the Magnum engine badge. It offers far and away the best power in the class. It also offers the very best in room, payload, and of course, towing. And look what else it's pulled off. Dodge Dakota is ranked best compact pickup in initial quality by J.D. Power & Associates. Now get a $750 cash allowance on select regular cab Dakotas.
What do you do while your battery's charging? Well, now, you could just keep working. Because Skill just created the dual source power system, the first cordless tools with a corded backup. So you can finish what you start. which is a much more satisfying use of time. Dual source. Only from Skill.
Hello, Ms. Gruber. Can I interest you in some wonderful opportunities in the stock? Ms. Gruber?
It's time for E-Trade. Sign up in December and get a $100 holiday bonus.
Welcome back to the Dodge Halftime Report. As the coach will tell you, it's tough beating the Chiefs at Arrowhead in December. Tough for the Steelers to win really at any point at this point in the season. Pick this one up. A little Saturday NFL action for you. Pick up the highlights. Steelers and Chiefs. Kansas City trailing 7-0 in the first quarter. Elvis Gerback in the air to Tony Gonzalez. 15-yard touchdown. Ties it up 7-7. Second quarter, Pittsburgh up by 3 now. Mike Tomczak picked off. Donnie Edwards going back in 28 yards. It's 14-10. Then in the third, Kansas City leading 21-13. Derek Alexander breaking some taste. Now he's going back the other way. And again. And off he goes. And still he's up. Like the Peyton Award winner.
Oh, he looks pretty good, doesn't he? Go.
82-yard touchdown run all the way in. And the Chiefs beat the Steelers 35-19. Now, why is it so tough to beat the Chiefs?
Tell you why. Arrowhead Stadium has a swirling wind. December is always frigid weather. Teams hate to go in there and play. Ask John Elway about it sometime.
The Chiefs now 9-5. Kansas City takes a half-game lead in the AFC West. Steelers now 5-9. Carolina and San Francisco, the other NFL game today. First quarter, Steve Berline, Mushib Muhammad. And he's got to move on, and then he goes. Absolutely had to earn his way in there. It's just 8-yard touchdown. He had to get some yards on his own. 7-0 Panthers. First quarter still 17-3. Carolina with the lead. Not a flashback. This from today. Jerry Rice brings that in. 48-yard touchdown. Got that from Jeff Garcia. Of course, he's coming back next year. He had a great game a few weeks back. 49ers kept the lead to 17-10. Then Fred Beasley running through. 44-yard touchdown all the way in. So now it's a 24-17 game. Carolina with a lot more than that. Berline looking for Patrick Jeffers in the air. Pick that 55 yards all the way in. Berline with 3 touchdown passes on the day. Carolina going on to beat San Francisco 41-24. Berline, 368 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. First 10-loss season for San Francisco since 1980, Coach.
Yeah, people talk about the West Coast offense, and a lot of people think it's this short underneath game. You catch and run, and it certainly has that. But the difference in the 49ers is they do not have the long-distance threat that they used to have, and that means defenses are able to play up on them, make them go the long field, and they just can't get enough points.
Much more in the NFL, of course, coming your way tomorrow. The rest of the NFL slate, Sunday NFL Countdown, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Chris Berman and the whole gang, and then NFL Prime Time for the wrap-up, 7:30 Eastern Time. That's tomorrow on ESPN. Right here, it's the Las Vegas Bowl. We're all tied up 7-7. We're back after this.
Hi, I'm Bob Vila, and this is Craftsman innovation at its best. Craftsman Robo Grip pliers are the world's first self-adjusting one-handed pliers. With just a simple squeeze of the spring-loaded handle, the jaws automatically adjust for a perfect fit. The Craftsman Robo Grip works on faucets, pipes, and hoses, or for auto repairs. It has hundreds of household uses.
And now Craftsman Robo Grip pliers are available in a versatile 3-pack with a 9-inch curved, a 9-inch V-notch, and a 7-inch straight Robo Grip, a $70 value for only $49.99. And it comes with Robo Guards. The Robo Guards slip on and off easily to protect chrome, brass, and other fine finishes. Robo Grip has laminated construction, too, for extra toughness and durability. Give the good life at a great price, guaranteed.
Have your Sears or other credit card ready and call 1-800-655-8998 to order your Robo Grip 3-pack with Robo Guards, a $70 value for only $49.99. Call 1-800-655-8998.
There's only one place to be on a Saturday afternoon, and that's at the game. NCAA football. Pass it on. NCAA football. Pass it on.
NCAA football. Pass it on. Pass it on, yeah.
When it comes to Monday night and Sunday night football, your TV just isn't big enough anymore. Enhanced TV gives you live stats, interactive games, and more. Experience what other users are raving about. During the game, go to ESPN or NFL.com and log on to Enhanced TV.
Welcome back. Dodge Halftime Report. Brian Kenny, John Makovic. We turn to the NBA. First quarter, Knicks and Wizards off the miss. Watch this, Rod Strickland going back, saving the ball off of Ewing's face. Patrick didn't like that, and he lost track of the basketball. Jahidi White putting that down. Ewing shaking up. He'd stay in there late in the second quarter. New York up by 1. Chris Childs this time to Patrick Ewing. Ewing recovered at this point, puts it up and in. Knicks led it by 1 at the half, but the Wizards taking over later on. Michael Smith to Mitch Richmond. Going back out. Richmond knocking down the 3, part of an 11-2 Wizard run. Richmond 19 points to lead the Wizards, and they take it 95-83. Allen Houston had 20 points. Washington have now won 3 of their last 4 after having lost 6 in a row.
Yeah, December is going to be a month for the Knicks to get Patrick Ewing back into it, and plus he has to play his way into conditioning after being out for so long.
I know you saw his first game back. That was rusty from the field.
It was,
He can still grab some rebounds. Kansas and Illinois, we go to college basketball. Eric Chenoweth thumping that down. Only 4 points for Chenoweth in this game, 2 for 7 shooting. Later, Kansas leads by 3. Marcus Griffin getting that from Frank Williams. Griffin 6 for 9 shooting in the game. It's a 1-point game. Second half, Corey Bradford with a spin move, 7 for 18 from the floor. The Illini leading 71-57. Second half leading by 11. Corey Bradford by himself, team high 21. Illinois over Kansas 84-70 is the final.
This was a young team last year. Lon Kruger has them rolling, and few people know how to play Kansas any better than he does.
Let's go to Hoosier basketball. Wyoming and Indiana. First half, A.J. Guyton going up. Found the foul. Hoosiers up 3 early. Guyton 13 in the first half. Cowboys trying to keep this one close. Brett McFall, long pass, got it there. Nicely done. Josh Davis with the finish. Cowboys up by 3, but it was early. Indiana starting to pull away in the first half. Kirk Haston this time with the jump shot. He had 14 points in the first half alone, 43-29 Hoosiers. Early second half, more from Indiana. Michael Lewis to Guyton. Guyton, no, the foul. Hoosiers led at that point by 17. They win it 99-80. Bobby Knight, career win number 750. He is only the 6th coach in 1A history with that many wins. Guyton had 29 points. DePaul and UCLA, 22-22 in the first half. Quentin Richardson double team. Paul McPherson blocked through with authority, as Larry Beal would say. 24-22 DePaul. I'm quoting other anchors now. UCLA up by 9. Ryan Bailey putting that down, or Jason Capano putting that down for 3. And then second half, UCLA up by 12 and back the other way. Yikes, 44-30 at that point, UCLA, and UCLA now leading DePaul 62-45. 6 and change left to go in this game. North Carolina and Miami right now. Tar Heels lead it at the half. It's 41-28 in this game. North Carolina has won all 4 meetings with Miami. Last meeting was back in 1990. Kentucky and Louisville, and close not close, 76-46 the final. Louisville scoring just 12 points in the second half. It was a 1-point game at halftime. And UMass over Florida State, 69-60 is the final. Monty Mack with a season-high 30 points. UMass hitting 8 free throws in the final minute at Florida State, pulled to within 2 points. We're taking a break here on the Dodge Halftime Report. Mike Anderson has been sensational. We've got a tie game in Las Vegas. We'll be right back.
People are beginning to think of the automobile not just as a family vehicle, but as a personal and individual means of transportation.
The throb of a powerful engine. Now for a moment, imagine yourself as driver of this automobile. You really have to drive it. At the Chrysler Proving Ground, give them an expressway and their drivers are...
I think we made the scenic back roads fun to drive.
I'll give them any country or suburban road, rough or smooth. They're the type of people who like the feel of a fine machine.
Love to drive. The renowned engineers of Chrysler.
A minimum of ornamentation and a minimum of chrome moldings.
She's a regular firecracker. The sounds of nature sing their prettiest over the rich, throaty obligato of his engine.
Even sheet metal can have a soul.
And they give you back the romance of driving.
And that is why these will never land on an ordinary car.
And you find out what exceptional unity of man and machine has been achieved.
Welcome to the future of education. Shape your own reality. Knowledge. Experience. Power. California State University, Fresno. California's premier university for real-time minds.
Well, the football weekend is underway on Sunday Night Football on ESPN. Doug Flutie and the Bills taking on Jake Plummer and the Cards, 8:15 Eastern on ESPN. And then Monday Night Football, black and blue division special. Brett Favre and the Pack, Randy Moss and the Vikes. Playoff position vital here, 9 Eastern on ABC Sports. Back here at the half, and of course, got Fresno State and Utah, surprising 7-7 tie. Boy, what a huge momentum shift. After Utah marched down, they were going right through them. Should have had a big lead, but they don't have it now.
Utah's dominated the game. You know what I'd tell both these coaches? Don't kick the field goal. Fake it in the second half.
They might as well with whether it's going so far. Can't get one between the uprights. Enjoy the second half, everybody, with start of the bowl season. It's here, Las Vegas Bowl, Fresno State, Utah tied at 7. Enjoy.
Mark John Jeffries here for People PC. Many people wonder how good a computer People PC can possibly offer for just $24.95 a month, along with unlimited internet access, in-home service, and great deals. Is a People PC computer a no-name piece of freeware junk? No, my friend, it's not. It's a brand you know with all the power you need to send emails, manage your finances, and play important new video games. How can People PC offer such a fine machine, unlimited internet access, in-home service, and great deals, all for just $24.95 per month? To find out, visit peoplepc.com or call 1-800-PEOPLE-PC. I hope this clears up any ambiguity. Thank you, and God bless.
You can get an Epson Stylus Color 660 printer for the incredibly low price of just $99 if you join People PC today. Just visit peoplepc.com.
Its 1,500-acre campus sits at nearly 5,000 feet, one of the highest universities in America. Its medicine, genetics, and engineering programs are ranked among the highest in the nation. Its graduates have claimed the world's highest honors, including the Pulitzer, Tony, Emmy, and Academy Awards. So if you want a truly higher education, consider the University of Utah, now celebrating 150 years of bringing out the highest in all of us.
Back again, Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, the APA Sports Las Vegas Bowl kicking off the 99 postseason and a 7-7 tie between Fresno State and Utah. Welcome again, Dave Barnett, Bill Curry. A fun first half to watch, a lot of big plays, a very illogical first half from the standpoint that Utah's dominated in yardage. It goes to show you the advantage of emphasizing special teams as Pat Hill has with Fresno State, because they're the only reason he's in this game.
You're exactly right, and it's fun if you're not a Utah fan or a Utah coach or player, because what's happened is that Utah's gained 331 yards, they've given up 101, and they're only tied 7-7, and the reason is the special teams excellence of Fresno State. 2 blocked field goals by Terrence Brown, who shows marvelous athletic ability with a little help from his big friends up front who get terrific penetration. On the first one, the ball bounced up perfectly to Peyton Williams, who took it 76 yards for the touchdown. And here we come with the second one, also a block. Stopped 2 critical scoring opportunities for Utah, but more importantly, they've been able